everybody, I'm Adrianne and I'm the owner of Vangool Wellness. Today is an All Levels Vinyasa yoga class, and it's designed to help you move, sweat, and just feel your heart starting to beat, and also just to feel a little bit alive. So we're going to be doing a little bit of back bending, core work, standing poses. Going to go through some options to fly upside down if you like. So I just hope you have fun, and the biggest thing is breathe. So we're going to move, we're going to sweat, we're going to increase our heart rate, but please make sure your breath is still moving smooth. Let's get started. So sit nice and tall, maybe on a support, maybe on a block, and let your knees come just below the height of the hips. Bring your shoulders up and then relax them down. And just take a moment to check in, to get grounded. Noticing what's coming into the mind. And instead of trying to just park it, just let it be part of what's happening right now. Acknowledging something needs more attention and knowing that you'll respond in due time. And coming back to your breath. Watching and noticing how you're breathing. Slightly bring the chin towards the heart and elevate the chest, the spine, the sides, and back body. And exhale all your air. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, join your palms if you like. And exhale. And keep the breath moving, but call upon an intention or a focus for your practice. And in this sweat, in this movement, trying to cultivate kindness, compassion, empathy for yourself and those around you. You can open your eyes, slowly release your hands, and we'll come on to hands and knees. So we'll start to activate our core here, right at the beginning, placing the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And start to draw your belly button to spine. To prevent the neck from doing all the work, let's keep the shoulders down and back. And as you do that, instead of feeling that excessive back bend or that rounding, try to find that neutral position. So neutral position of the pelvis, the spine, while we keep the belly button in. Tuck the toes and lift your knees just to hover. Breathing in, breathing out. That's right, we're still breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lower. Okay, so you will feel that in your arms, but we want to try and keep any tension out of your neck. One more time. Inhale, lift the knees to hover, still keeping the breath moving. One more time. Then lift the hips up to downward facing dog. And find yourself in the middle of the mat. I'm going to center myself here. And just walking up the pose, walking up one knee, one ankle at a time, until eventually you find some stillness here. Letting your head and neck hang. Letting your shoulders relax away from the ears. And breathing into the back body. So what do we mean by that? You probably hear it a lot in your yoga practices. What we mean is just not breathing through the front ribs. So try to feel expansion and movement in your rib cage as you breathe in into the back. And as you breathe out. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look to your hands. At the end of the exhale, step your feet towards your hands. Inhale to lift partway up. And exhale, bow forward. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift partway up. And exhale, bow forward.
And grab your elbows and just let your torso hang. Let your head hang. Let go of any tension there. And switch the grip. Have the other hand on top. And again, slowing the inhale. And slowing your exhale. Then release the hands. And inhale to slowly come up one spine segment at a time. And then coming up into standing. I'll turn and face you, but you can just stand at the top of your mat. And then bringing the toes slightly towards each other, the heels a bit apart. But mainly just trying to have the toes pointing forward, just avoiding that toe out position. So let's bring the shoulders up and then relax them down. And we'll warm up the shoulders before we flow. So inhale, raise your arms up, interlace the fingers, flip the palms and reach. And exhale, release the hands. We'll do that one more time as slow as you can with your breath. So with your inhale, raising the arms up, interlacing the fingers, flipping the palms, reach. Keep the height of the waist, and with your exhale, just release the hands down. And we'll take a side flexion. Inhale, raise your arms up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, reach, look forward. And exhale, side bend to your right. Stay breathing in, reaching away. Stay breathing out. Inhale, rise up, reaching up. And exhale to the other side. Stay breathing in. Stay breathing out. Inhale, rise up, reaching up. And exhale, releasing. And step to the top of your mat and we'll flow through sun salutation. Exhale all your air. Inhale, raise your arms, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back, low push up from the knees or the toes, leading with the heart, shoulders down and back. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look to your hands. At the end of the exhale, step your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, release your hands. And we'll go again. Inhale, raise your arms, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, low push up, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Slow the breath in. Deepen your breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg up, level the pelvis and flex the toes towards the floor. Stay here, inhaling. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Pause, inhale. Pause, exhale. Inhale, reach the leg up. Exhale, bring the knee towards the right armpit. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, bring the knee across the body to the left armpit. Breathe in. Yes, the shakes are happening. Breathe out. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, lower it down. If you're not feeling warm, I don't know, you're in better shape than me. Well, inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Breathing in and out. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Cycle of breath. Exhale. Inhale, reach it up. Last time, bring it across the body towards the armpit. Stay, breathe. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, lower it down. No child's pose yet. That's our other videos are breathing and relaxing. This is breathing and sweating. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the hands. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, release. Gather the breath, inhale. Gather the breath, exhale. Bend the knees, inhale, reach the arms up. Stay here, exhale, shoulders down. So hopefully you saw that adjustment. What happens is we tend to go boop. Try to bring front ribs in, shoulders down. That might mean you can't go as low, but it will mean you're not going to strain your neck. Stay for one more inhale. Exhale, bow forward over straight legs. Flowing to down dog, inhale. Exhale, step or jump back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your hips. So here, just notice if that back knee wants to bend. That's where the work is in trying to keep the back knee straight while the back heel is reaching for the floor. It might not touch. That's okay. But we're trying to square the hips and anchor down through the back leg. Inhale, raise the arms up. Stay here, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open into warrior two. So we're going wide. We're going to go into a wide position. This is super healthy and effective in strengthening your pelvic floor. If you do have any kind of pain to the pubic symphysis or pelvic floor heaviness, then don't do this quite so wide. Just stay where you can tolerate. But if you're able to, you just go low and then extend the arms. So this is the opposite of Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go high? No. When they go low, we go lower. Stay here, breathing in. Exhale. Inhale, flip the palm, lean back. Stay here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Lean forward. Rest your forearm to your thigh, backhand to your hip. Lift the heart and then rotate the top shoulder back. Reaching that top arm all the way overhead. Option to stay here, or you can lift the bottom arm. Make sure the weight is in the inner heel of the front foot, and you're feeling this a lot in the right glute. One more breath. Exhale. Come back up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. You might need to inch your back foot in a little bit. If you can, try and do this from a nice wide triangle pose position. The hand can stay on the shin or it can come down towards the floor. But wherever you are, lengthen the spine before you rotate. And then reach the top arm up. Slowing the breath in, deepening your breath out. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, windmill the arms down, frame the front foot, step back, either go right to down dog or flow through. Inhale, we lift the heart. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Rise up, warrior one. And then exhale, hands to your hips. So if this is your tighter side, you might need to provide a bit more emphasis on a straighter back knee, because what wants to happen is the knee wants to bend. So working hard to straighten that back knee. The heel is trying to ground down while we bend into that front knee. And when you're ready, inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, stay here. Inhale again. And exhale, open into warrior two. So widening the stance again, going nice and wide, and staying for 2 cycles of breath here. Breathing in, breathing out. One more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flip the palm, lean back, peaceful warrior for 2 cycles of breath. Last one. Inhale, come forwards, lean forward, side angle, so forearm to the thigh, lightly touching, lifting the heart, then rotating, and reaching that top arm all the way overhead. Keep lengthening, and then if you have the ability, you lift the bottom arm, or at the very least, off-weight the bottom arm, slightly, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, rise up, straighten the front leg, triangle pose, trying to keep the length as you shift the hips back, leaning forward, and then side bending. That front hand coming to the shin or thigh, and trying to bring the weight from the outside to the inside of the front foot. Then with this, inhale, lifting the heart, exhale, rotating. Reaching that top arm up. One more full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, rise up. Then exhale, spiral the hands down, stepping back, either right to down dog or flowing through. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, down dog. Slow the breath in. Deepen your breath out. If you need rest, take child's pose. If you want to play around with handstand, I'll break that down here. So set your hands in the down dog position and start to walk your hips over your wrists. And so with this, you start with just shifting the weight and feeling that in the upper body. And then you try and work with little hops, little floats, trying to get your hips over top of your wrists. And then you might use a wall behind you, or maybe you're going to play around with floating in space. And you don't have to go all the way up. You might just work with kicking and pausing. But eventually, one day, you might float for a few seconds. Then we'll gather the breath in child's pose. Resting the forehead, slowing the breath. Inhale, reach the arms, rising up. Now, typically in an all levels hour class, we would do a lot more prep work for back bends. But today is a 30-minute all levels flow. So we're getting it right away. So if you have any back pain or your back just isn't feeling this today, then you can skip this section or just do within your means. But if you can, we're really going to try and go for the strengthening. So place the toes pointing forward and slow and gather your breath. Try and have the weight in the inner heels, and we'll keep the hands down to start with. So we'll press down through the inner heels, lift the hips up. I'm not overly rolling the shoulders because that really takes out the work in the legs and the opening in the chest. So I want to try and keep the inner heels down as I press my hips up. I like to feel what my pelvis is doing because sometimes it cheats and I don't know, or it twists and I can't feel it. So try to keep your pelvis level and then shift the weight to your left and lift your right leg up. Lower it down, other side. Inner right heel, lift the left leg. Lower it down, release the pelvis down. If you need to, constructive rest or gently rocking the knees. Next variation, press down through the inner feet. Inhale, lift your pelvis, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders underneath you, and really plug in the arms down. Slow your breath in, slow your breath out. Release. Now again, you could do this the same 2 ways we just did. If you need less, just stay in constructive rest. Or you could try upward bow. If you're ready for it, the feet still stay pointing forward. Setting your hands, lift your hips, and rise up. I need to lift my heels so I get more into my arms and my chest, but eventually I plug in my heels and my toes point forward still, hopefully. You say hi to the camera. And you keep working the legs into the heart. 2 more breaths. And release and lower down. Hug your knees. Rock it side to side. And eventually take Supta Baddha Konasana, Supine Cobblers pose, arms out to the sides. Slowing the breath in and out. Inhale your legs together, looking to the right, let your legs twist to the left. Setting one hand on top of the thigh and trying to connect your shoulder down. Stay here, breathing in, and stay breathing out. Inhale your legs to center. And exhale to the other side. Trying to connect the opposite shoulder down and trying to stabilize the legs. Breathing in. And breathing out. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale your legs to center. And you could roll to one side or rock on it. And this is one pose I never like to miss, which is the wide leg forward fold. So I like to have my heels on the mat, but you do what feels okay for you. And this is a great posture for the pelvic floor, for the core, because we're both stretching the side muscles that we tend to overuse instead of our transverse abdominis. It also stretches the inner thighs that contribute to the pelvic floor musculature. So we'll start first by hands behind us, and with your inhale, lift your heart, flex the toes up, and with your exhale, bow forward. Releasing your hands down and stretching, walking them forward. We'll stay here for just 3 breaths. Then inhale, walk your hands up, and then go over to the right. And if you can't reach the foot, then use a belt or your hand on your shin is fine. But trying to have a grip somewhere with that right leg, left hand to your left hip. So we're going to try and to avoid the shoulder rolling forward. Try to keep the chest elevated and then side bent. And you might need your elbow inside the leg, it might be outside, but trying to rotate the top shoulder back. Then from here we raise the arm up. And then from here we might reach over, but for me to grab hold of my foot, I have to close my shoulder. So for me, I might not be there today. It might be a better opening if I'm here. So just find where it feels right for you. And breathe in. And breathe out. And inhale, rise up, going to the other side. So same thing, grabbing that foot, ankle, shin, right hand to your hip. Inhale, lift the heart.
Exhale, rotate. Inhale, lift that top arm up. Keep rotating back, keep elevating. See if I can do it this side. Not quite, so I'm going to rotate and then reach up. Oh yeah, finding that full deepening through the whole right side of my body. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, legs together. So we'll end with a thread the needle stretch. I'm going to show you a wall variation. It's so good for the hips and isolating the hips. So with this, the floor stabilizes my spine so that I don't have to worry about whether it's rounding or it's level. And then we'll cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. And you just slide that left heel down until you feel your pelvis wants to shift or lift, and we just anchor into that left heel into the wall. And I sometimes use my legs or my hands to press the knee away, but sometimes it's just nice to ease into it. And the effort is really in just trying to keep the breaths steady and deep and trying to relax my hips so I can really soften my upper body here as I stretch my right hip. And release that side, and we'll set up for the other side. Crossing the ankle on top of the knee, just above the knee, and then sliding the foot down. And we'll stay here, breathing in, breathing out. A couple more cycles of breath. Releasing that side and rolling onto one side. And then setting up for our Shavasana. So you can sit flat, lay flat rather, or lay on props or bolsters. And I encourage you to stay as long as you need. We'll end the video in the Shavasana so that at home you can rise out whenever you're ready. But please try not to cut yourself short. Try to give yourself everything you need and deserve in this rest. So taking a deep breath in and exhale, side out your mouth. Letting go of any breath control. Letting any tension go between the eyebrows, around the eyes, around the jaw. And taking a moment to thank yourself for giving yourself this time.